Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Drew's Food Reviews. And today I've got another episode of What's for Breakfast. And I haven't done one of these for a little while, and I found another new soup. And as you know, I tend to have noodles for my breakfast, and found these. They were on sale at my Lucky store, and they were on sale for $2.50. And I had tried one of these before. It was a udon noodle, I believe. And this is by Anne Chuns, and this is called Japanese miso style soup bowl. And what it is the soup bowl, and it has the udon noodle, or the miso, with cooked udon noodles, perfect blend of hearty miso with tofu and scallions. And apparently it's low fat, no cholesterol, ready in 2 minutes. And on the back here it says, Japanese style miso. Get ready to feel the love of this genuine Japanese classic. Rich miso, the foundation of this favorite, gives it a deep, satisfying flavor. Paired with thick, beefy udon noodles, tofu and scallions, it is truly delicious dish. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, or at home or on the go. This comforting and savoring feels like a warm hug from your best friend. Anne Chuns, we make delicious, easy to prepare Asian-inspired dishes that you can feel good about. It's our promise, and we don't take it lightly. That's what drives us each day, to make our foods easier to enjoy and better for you, without sacrificing the vibrant aromas, flavors, and textures that we all love. So that's what you get on here. And here's the nutrition facts. It's 260 calories and 880 milligrams of sodium. That's not terrible, but again, miso and all its soups and all that tend to be a little high in sodium. So if you want to see the contents, you can look here. And this one is pretty easy, ready in 2 minutes, and it comes in here, and it comes inside the bowl. It has a nice little bowl, and it actually says, the instructions on here, pretty simple. It says, place noodles, soup base, and dry toppings in a bowl, add the water up to the line, put it loosely in the bowl, microwave on high for 2 minutes, and enjoy the goodness. But it also says, which is what I tend to do, if you have no microwave, place the dry toppings, noodles, and soup base in a bowl. Add boiling water up to the line, cover with lid, let stand 2 minutes until noodles are tender. Stir well and serve. Enjoy. Top with fresh tofu for an even more protein. Add shiitake mushrooms and other fresh vegetables. Those are serving suggestions from them, and that's the way it is. And this is pretty easy. It has the container, and when you open it up, you get the little packet of the udon noodles. They're all packed, ready to go. It also has the tofu mix, and I guess that's like dehydrated tofu. And then this is the soup base. And what I'll do is, I'm going to go ahead and open this and hopefully, okay, there is a notch. So there we go. And get these out. They're just kind of, they are fresh udon. They're kind of like gummy, rubbery kind of things, almost like. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add this tofu mix to it. Hopefully there's a notch here or some. Okay, yeah, there we go. So there we go. I kind of smell the noodles. They're a little bit different as they're fresh, and they are udon, so they're a lot thicker. They're not like the ones you get in the cup of soup or the little noodle bowls. And then this is all the ingredients, and last thing I'm going to do is add this soup base, I guess. And hopefully there is a notch. If not, I'll have to use some scissors, and I think I'm gonna have to do that. So I'll be right back, and I'm also boiled up the water, and that's gonna be ready, and I'll be right back with the rest of it. So stay tuned. So I went ahead and cut it open, and this is going to be a, as you can see, it's like a paste or a kind of gravy kind of consistency that you're going to add into the mix here. I guess that's kind of like the soup base is in a liquid instead of a powdered form, and I guess that's where you're going to get all your, you know, all your sodium and all your flavor from. And it's going to go ahead and make a broth. So now that I've added that in there, and I went ahead and boiled up some water, and I'm going to fill it up to the line here. Hopefully I can do this without pouring the hot water on myself. Okay, there's the water line. So I've got the nice soup in there, and I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it. And here's the lid, and it's going to sit for 2 minutes, and it's going to kind of get mixed up. And I have a soup spoon, and I'm going to go ahead and try this later, but this is after I'm going to try the broth by itself, see how it tastes and all that. And I've got a little bit of this. I thought I'd add this into it. It's called Hot Sauce from Hell, Beyond Hot, and it's supposed to be super hot. I tried this in one of my other videos. It is a little bit hot, a little bit spicy. You don't need very much. It's just a nice little bottle. So stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and wait for 2 minutes while this is brewing on here, and I will come back and I'll sample it and I'll give you my opinion on it. So stay tuned, and I will be right back after this is done brewing. Okay, so it's been brewing for about 2 minutes, and I've got the bowl here. I'm going to go ahead and take off the lid after it's been brewing, and I'm going to attempt to show you this. Hopefully, let's see. Okay, there. See, now you can see the bowl, how the broth is there. I'm going to go ahead and just tilt it down for a minute for you to see the nice and thick broth in the bowl. Here we go. Nice close-up of it. And the noodles are nice and soft. They're kind of very thick, and they've got all the scallions and the tofu, and I guess that's kind of some mushrooms in there as well. And it's actually pretty close to, if you compare it here, this is the picture of what it's supposed to be, and here we go. I think that's pretty close. And they have it in a different bowl, so if you want to put it in a fancy bowl and and say that you created it, and I guess you could do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and tilt this back up. Now that it's cooked for a little bit, and I can certainly smell the broth. It's kind of a meaty broth to it, and then some miso. That miso paste has got that real flavor, and it's real rich broth, as you can see. Here's the broth itself. So this would be real good on a cold day if it's been raining or snowing, and you wanted some soup and you didn't want to have to go through all the trouble making it. This might be pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try a little bit of the broth by itself and see what it tastes like, if it's rich or exactly what it is. So here we go. That's pretty good. It's not real salty. It does have kind of that rich, earthy kind of flavor. And I got a little bit of the noodle in here and all that, so give that a try. The noodles are nice and soft. The vegetables are very good in there. And it doesn't, this isn't hot at all. It's very mild on the scale on here. It actually rates, if you can see down there, very, very low. It's like no heat at all. So it's just a nice rich broth. So for those of you that didn't like the hot stuff, this would be something good to try. There's no heat in it unless you add it. And for the broth itself is pretty good. The noodles are good. For this, I'm gonna go ahead and give a rating for just the soup by itself in the bowl. So for the Japanese style miso soup from Anne Chuns, I'll give that, the broth, the noodles, everything, I'll give that a 7 out of 11. It's pretty good. It's not got a whole lot of rich flavor. The noodles themselves are pretty good because they're nice and fresh. They're not rehydrated from, you know, the dehydrated state like you get in the cup of noodles or the, you know, noodle bowls or a top ramen packet. And they are thicker. They're not up to the caliber of, say, a ramen shop where, you know, you get the fresh made ramen and they cook it right there in front of you and put all the vegetables and the meat and everything in it. But these aren't bad. So yeah, for that, it's not too bad. It just doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, but I believe the miso is kind of fairly, you know, mild and not real flavorful, not real meaty. It's just kind of a, you know, soup base, and it's not real salty, so that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of this in it, just because I'm, you know, like to be a little dangerous. So there we go. Add in a little bit. And stir that up. So I'm adding some heat. And here we go. All right, stay tuned, folks. Put that little bit of hot sauce in there and hopefully I'll be able to handle it. So here we go. Yeah, I can taste the extra heat. It hits the back of my throat right away. I didn't go overboard on it, so it just adds a nice, pleasant little burn. Don't know that it's really enhancing the flavor. It's just got a little bit of that heat to it. So let's give it another taste. So here we go. Yeah, I can taste the pepper sauce. It's opening my nose a little bit. I can feel a little bit of a burn, a little bit of tingle. So I think for that, it's only going to kick it up one more notch to an 8 out of 11. It's pretty good soup, and it's pretty good alternative to the cup of noodles. But again, this was $2.50, so, you know, if you're used to paying, you know, what is it, like 50 cents or 33 cents if you catch one sale for the cup of noodles or the top ramen. But then again, those are strictly dehydrated and they just have the flavor packets that, you know, you can add in or not. But this is actually a pretty good alternative. It's a little bit better because they are the fresh noodles. And it would be something that I'd try now and then. I don't know that I'd get this on a real regular basis. Anne Chuns had about 4 different flavors of these soups that were in this bowl. And they were like miso, ramen, udon, and a couple other ones. I don't remember all the flavors, but this one was pretty good. I like the fact that the udon noodles were nice and thick, and the broth was pretty good. And with a little bit of hot sauce and a little bit of doctoring up, it gave it some pretty good flavor. So that would be something that I would have for my breakfast for a little different, a little change up, a little bit of difference, you know, as opposed to I normally just have the regular cup of noodles or the top ramen, and you know, it's kind of the same old flavors over and over again. This is a bit of a treat and a little bit of a variety once in a while. So I would definitely get this again, especially if it's on sale. You know, pay a little bit more, get a little bit fresher ingredients, and a little bit better soup. So that's my rating on this one. So if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to check the cabin for any loose items that may have fallen out during the flight. And also, don't forget to ring the little subscription bell on your way out when you deplane. And again, I'd like to thank you for flying Drew's Food Reviews airline, and I hope everybody enjoyed the flight. So till next time, when talk to you later. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish my in-flight meal for my breakfast, and talk to you guys next time. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish my soup. That was the in-flight meal. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off. So till next time, talk to you later. Oh, wow.